Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the look, we're going to call this like Fridays. I really want to do the play on the words of Fry and also drop these on Fridays. So, we're calling this Fridays. Look, this is going to be off the top of my head. This is no scripting. It's basically this. Okay, this is gonna. Now this is fucking stupid. I'm starting over. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of what I'm calling Fridays. This is basically like once or twice a month. I want to do just a one-off video answering questions from you guys through Twitter or Facebook or the YouTube comments. Well, I'm playing a random game that you guys may not always see on the channel. You guys know I'm all about the shooters and you know, survival games and early access games. This is just a game that I picked up randomly. I didn't feel like doing any coverage of it, so I'm just gonna throw it in here. This game is called Pro Gamer Manager. So basically, this is just gonna be me playing. So let's hit the play button. This is my dude. We're actually gonna create a new game so I can show you guys kind of how this works right off the beginning. So we'll start with career mode, and basically you just create a pro gamer. So nickname is gonna be butt fat with two T's. The team name is Team Fat Butt. Forename is Big. Surname is Frizzle. And my age is 24. I am from Canada. Alright, yeah, so this video in this series is basically, I want to use this as a platform to let you guys know of upcoming things on the channel, whether that be videos or projects that I'm doing, collabs, potential podcasts, but I also want to use this to answer any of your guys' questions. I have been lacking in the community aspect, I feel. You know, we do the streams, we do the Fry Nation stuff. I want to just do more in that realm. So I want to use this series as a tool to do that. This isn't going to be a weekly thing. This is probably going to be like twice a month if I can get enough questions every time. So if you guys want to leave a question, use the hashtag Fridays. And you can do that on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and I'll just take the questions as long as you use the hashtag. That way I know that you're doing this for the series, and I'll answer your questions on a future show. Okay, so the first question, I know it's taken a while to get here, but the first question is from BuckFan. He wants to know what the best thing about being a content creator is, which fantastic question. I've been doing this since 2013, the end of 2012, I guess you could say, but that was just me fucking around. I really kind of jumped into this and started taking it seriously in the middle of like 2014. The beginning was just me figuring out how to edit videos and stuff like that. I always took it seriously, but I never really honed the craft until I believe like 2014, 2015. The best thing about being a content creator for real is the feedback. I love putting a video out there and just seeing how it does, seeing the reaction. Because my channel, it used to be about like trolls and jumping in and like fucking with people and stuff. I don't know if I just grew up or if like, I don't know what happened, but like trolling videos and stuff just kind of fell to the wayside for me. But I feel like because what I do is so opinion based, I want to know so bad if people agree with my opinions, disagree with the opinions, you know, and just see how everybody else feels about a certain topic or a certain situation. So I love reading the comments. I absolutely adore the reading of the comments, the Twitter, when people hit me up, good video, or they give their opinion and their insight. I fucking love that. It's the best thing. It's the best thing about doing this. Okay, we're gonna rock the AM4 again. So yeah, basically, like, I'm just playing a dude playing games. Like, this game is fucking so weird. But it's a fun fuck around game. I'll say that. Like, if you want to just waste time, I think it's like $10 on Steam. So Buck, I hope that answered your question. The editing process and like making the content is fantastic, but the reason why I do this is to get the feedback and see people's reactions to whatever topic I'm talking about or whatever's happening on screen. Okay, so the next question comes from Franchise. Shout out to you, buddy. He wants to know, what's one hobby outside of YouTube you really enjoy? I was actually expecting this question on the first show, so thanks for that. You guys may not know about me in this way, but basically, like, I wake up, I go to work, I come home, and I do YouTube, or I stream, or I'm always doing something at this computer. And whether that be editing, making fucking graphics, or whatever the case is, I'm always doing something in regards to content creation. And in my opinion, that could be even me sitting into one of my boys' streams. So like, I'm watching the chat, I'm interacting with him, I'm seeing what he's playing, I'm talking to him, because the way I see it is like, as a YouTuber, everywhere you are in the public is a chance to get your name out there. You know, so if you're talking to somebody sees Big Fry TV in chat, they click on the name, oh shit, this dude does good content, boom. So being in these places, even if it feels like you're just taking a break watching somebody stream, you're still interacting with your YouTube circle, your YouTube community. So I honestly, like, I don't have a lot of time to just do other things. You know, I put a lot of work into this shit, you know, like editing and streaming and doing all this stuff and getting ready for podcasts. And I just, like, there's not enough hours in the day for me to do a bunch of stuff, but I really like to draw. Since I was a kid, man, I'm getting my ass kicked. Since I was a kid, I love to draw. And another thing is I learned to play the guitar when I was in the 6th grade. So I play the guitar quite a bit. You know, when I have a chance, like if I'm exporting a video, I'll just pick up the acoustic, ching, 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 chang along a little bit. You know, that's basically it. You know, I came out of high school and I just partied all the time for like 2 years. And I was like, I went too hard. Like, I spent a lot of money doing it. And the thing about me is, like, I have kind of an addictive personality. Like when I was a kid and I loved Pokemon, I fucking went all in on Pokemon. And then it switched to wrestling, and I just loved wrestling. And I've always loved video games, and I've always gone in on video games. So when I came out of that mind state of like, I gotta stop partying and going out and drinking and all this stuff, I just needed something to counterbalance that. So I just threw all of my effort into YouTube. So this is like, I consider this a potential career path. This is my hobby. This is everything that I do. Right here, you know. So I don't know if that's good or sad. I have no clue, man. But I hope that answers your question. The next question comes from Lady Infamous. Shout out to you, girl. She wants to know what my favorite meal is. And honestly, like, I was thinking about this. My favorite meal, when I think of like just having a meal, I think I answered this on an earlier episode of the Whatever Show, but I like the best thing that I can think of would be just going to a pub somewhere, having a really good thick burger and a pint of beer. Like, I just like, that is what I want right now, and I could always go for that. I really love spaghetti, you know. I don't know, like a pint of beer and a fucking good burger and fries, I think is the perfect meal. I'm a simpleton. I don't need caviar and all that bullshit. I'm a simpleton. I'm a simple dude. You know, I don't need all the fancy shit. So I hope that answers your question. So the Bright Tom wants to know, aside from SOCOM, what is your favorite gaming franchise? This is tough. I actually had to think about that. There's so many franchises that I love, but I feel like I'd be lying if I didn't say World of Warcraft. Coming into PC gaming in around 2007, 2008, I jumped straight into Wrath of the Lich King, which was the second expansion for World of Warcraft. And I played for 4 years just straight, like pretty much every day, just grinded and shit like that. And then when I started doing YouTube in like 2012, 2013, that's when I fell out of that MMO. But I have to say, like, the time, the people that I met, the rating, I fucking loved it. Like, I absolutely loved it. And it's a shame because the way the game is now it's such a disappointment. I know we have the new expansion coming in August, World of Warcraft Legion, and I'm going to be doing a 24-hour stream because I always go back. It's weird. Like, I stopped playing, but I always like to go back and just play the new expansion, you know? So I'm going to be doing that in August. You guys can come through to that if you enjoy MMOs. I know I used to do some MMO content on the channel. I kind of stopped that because it's just I just don't have enough hours in the day to play the games to cover them. So I would have to say World of Warcraft. Halo is up there for sure. Splinter Cell, like the first 3, like you had Splinter Cell, you had Pandora Tomorrow, and Chaos Theory. Those were the big ones for the PS2. I fucking love those games. But again, another franchise that just fell right off. But I'm gonna go with World of Warcraft just because it remained consistent in my life. Post SOCOM 2. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. And the last question for today, guys. I know this game might seem boring, but like I said, it's just a fuck around, clicky button thing. But the last question of the day comes from Icicle. She wants to know: is there ever an instance that you regret all the time and effort you've put into making Fry Nation? And this is something that I don't talk about because I like to remain positive. I like to try and inspire people to keep going on the path they're going. You know, like content creators out there who are sitting, 100, 200, 300 subs and just and they're just down and they're wondering what they can do to get to that next level. I get it. I've been there. So I like to try and keep my words encouraging because I feel like with enough determination and enough, I guess you could say, smarts to differentiate yourself from the other YouTube creators and be yourself, I think anybody can make it. I really do. Now, on the other hand, like some days when the bills are piling up and I'm working and life just hits you some of those days and you wonder if all the time and effort that you put in is just going to come crashing down. I would say I don't regret it, but it definitely weighs on you, to say that I regret it would be, no, I don't regret a single second of what I've done here. But I definitely do think about like where this is going, especially like when you see channels out there. I'm going to stop playing for a sec because I really want to talk about this topic. When you see channels out there that, start after you and get ahead and you're looking at them and it's not out of a jealousy thing for me. Like I look around at other channels and I try to see what they're doing that's correct, that's getting them to where they need to get to, and how I could take that skill or take that idea and turn it into something that I could do on my channel. But when you see channels blow past you and you look and you're doing everything right, it definitely gets frustrating. And I know I've talked to a bunch of content creators who feel this way, but to say I regret it, no. I get frustrated because I don't know where the fuck this channel is going to be in 2 years, And when I think of 2 years down the road, that's a lot of time, Especially for how much time that I do put into the channel, to to just think that in 2 years I could be maybe sitting at 4,000 subs, 5,000 subs after two years of work. You know, it's, I don't know. And I don't want to be one of those dudes who randomly flips on like fucking like Happy Wheels, like Markiplier. I don't want to be that dude who just yells at the camera just to get views. You know, I feel like what I'm doing on the channel is something that that not a lot of people do, and I don't know if it's gonna get me to where I'd like to be in this whole game, because you see all these channels who just scream at the camera, who just don't, like, it doesn't feel like they even have an intelligent thought in their body, you know, and like, I don't know. I feel like being truthful and being brutally honest like I am, I feel like that's gotten me the following that it has, right? You know, you guys come through from the early access videos that I post, and you see, you agree, and it's funny when somebody rips a developer a new asshole, because I feel like everyone that I've ripped a new asshole has deserved it, you know, and that's just being truthfully honest with myself and with my viewers, and I feel like so far that's working for me. But the problem is that's not the route to take when you're becoming a YouTuber. When you want to be that superstar, the fucking PewDiePie, the Markiplier, being truthful and being brutally honest, only a handful of people can get to that point. You know, guys like Angry Joe, Grade A, Under A, you know, they're like the pioneers. You know, the Jim Sterlings, they're the pioneers, where they actually take stances on something and hold people accountable for their actions. It's tough. It's a tough road going that way. But I don't regret it. I've said that like 4 times throughout this answer. I don't regret it. I'll never regret being myself, speaking my mind, and sharing that opinion with everybody else. I'll never regret it. Anybody, like, people tell me all the time, like, well, not all the time, but I've heard it quite a bit, that my channel is overly negative, but I don't find it negative. I find it truthful, and I find it realistic from the consumer perspective. Like, when we're talking about negativity, I'm sure these developers feel like I'm being overly negative, but the problem is I'm just so fucking sick of the way the industry is going, and how developers don't listen to us, and then just shove season passes and DLCs and all this other shit down our throat for broken games. I'm sick of it. And that's the drive that keeps me going. Like, on the days where I'm like down, I'm like, fuck, I don't know where this is going. What the fuck? I just think, like, you know what? Fuck this bullshit. I'm going to come back. I'm going to go even harder. And it's weird, like, my mind works that way. Like, I'm not even playing the game anymore. I'm sorry. You guys are looking at a fucking screenshot here. Well, my mind works that way. Like, I'll be at work, long day, fucking, you know, a week and a half till payday, and I'm just like, God damn, like, what the fuck am I doing? And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. Because one day I have the chance to be a voice that could influence change in the industry. Because I love gaming. I love the industry. But I feel like not enough YouTubers step out of that spotlight to actually stand for something, you know. I want to be that person, you know, the million plus subscriber channel who can actually influence change and influence consumer, you know, purchase with your wallet. If you guys don't like this, don't fucking buy it, you know, and we can teach these guys a lesson. I want to be that person. And I think I'm on my way. Slowly but surely, I think we're going to get there. I really do. But some days it just always comes into question, and I'm sure everybody feels that way, doing whatever they do, whether that be work, you know, or whatever the case is. I'm sure there's always days where you're questioning what the fuck you're doing. So I just say, Like just get through those days. There's always a goal at the end of it all, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. So yeah, this game is super boring. It's not a shooter. It's not nothing. It's just click and watch this dude join a lobby, basically. But it's a fun little game. Like, you get to choose your play style and stuff. It's a fun little game. So here's the deal, guys. This is the first episode of Friday. Fridays, I don't know. We're gonna work on a title, okay? Don't hold me to it. If you guys have a question that you want me to go into, and guys, I don't want stupid questions about H-hour. I don't want anything like that. I want real questions that we can go into, like in terms of like industry knowledge and like comparing two games or comparing two movies or whatever the case is. I want you guys to ask me questions that I could have a really intellectual conversation with. Because I love talking, obviously. I think I've fucking rambled for I don't even know how long. I hope you guys enjoy this series. This is the first one. Trust, they're gonna get better. This is the first episode of Fridays. If you guys have a question, use the hashtag Fridays. That lets me know you guys want the question on the show. Thank you, everybody, for asking those questions via Twitter. My Twitter is @BigFryTV. And I'll see you on the next one.